Okay, how about now? Can you guys hear me? Because I was just talking away and didn't realize I don't think anybody can hear me. So somebody drop a one in the chat, or y'all let me know if you can hear me now, and I'll break down that trade again because I don't think anybody could actually hear me. Oh, perfect, perfect. Thank you. So what I wanted to go over on the chart today was um I saw everybody saying that they like the morning trading session or power hour for Friday. So I just wanted to hop on today. But we had NVIDIA earnings, and I'll go back on the NVIDIA chart. Where is that? And you can see NVIDIA popped up through earnings, had about a $16 move, but we could not hold 195. And with Nvidia not holding 195 and 200, it made me feel like SPY had to come back and say, "Look, little boy, Nvidia, you can run a lot of the AI, but you're not gonna run me." And SPY just shot right back down. It popped the market up, but it could not hold as the driver. Or you could say Nvidia said, "Hey, I am the big boy," and it brought SPY on down. But I could see the breakdown in SPY before Nvidia, and Nvidia is just a portion of the percentage of the S&P 500. So I believe SPY still had its own move, and not Nvidia really moving it. But as I was trading SPY, I trade on a 5 minute, and I was looking at it, and I initially called to my Discord after we got after 9 a.m. I said, "Hey, I'm taking puts. Look at 670 puts." Once I got into my put, I got in profit, and you can see we were coming down into the gap. If you don't know what a gap is, the gap is when we have a significant move from this close to the open. So there was a gap up. So as I was trading, I'm in my put, and once we came in, I started to veer up, and it started to break back above VWAP. If you don't know what VWAP is, go to investopedia.com, search VWAP, but it's volume weighted average price. When we broke above VWAP, I had to do one of two things. One, I could close the trade, or two, I could hold through for that second attempt. About 80 to 85% of the time, you're going to have a second chance to get out of a play. So if you were in calls and you didn't get out here, you had your second chance to get out right here. I was in puts, so the first chance to exit puts was here. Second chance would have been here and way all the way down here. But if you were in this second chance on calls, you never got an opportunity to recover. So keep that in mind when you're trading. Don't always panic sell. If it does, break your rule. If you hit your stop loss, respect your stop loss. But if it doesn't break your rule and you can hold through, I told everybody in the group, "Hey, breathe. We're gonna get back positive." I even took a video. I'll probably drop that in the shorts. Of me going from negative, I was literally negative $104. By the time SPY came back down here, I was positive 30, and then just blown away over 100%. I think I sold one contract here at about 78, sold another one at 100 or so here, and this thing just kept selling. So I just kept jumping in and back out. Like, I could have held, and I really should have, but I started to say, okay, what if there's a reversal? We did come down and fill the gap, which gave for a great opportunity for additional short positions or put positions. If you got questions, or if anything's go over your head, my alerts are going off again. Or if this goes over your head in chat, I might have to cut that alert off. It's telling me to come look at the chart because it keeps hitting my level until we break below this 655.48 and can close below. I'm not taking any more puts, and we really need to break below the low of the day. I always look for a retest. So closing below a support, and then retesting the low of the day would be a continuation to the downside. We're already seeing that buyers cannot come in and overturn, but usually at the end of the day, about 80 to about 90% of the time, we have a little bullish move to the upside. I'm just not gonna take it away, and we keep bouncing off this level. So I'm not big on this move. We could probably consolidate here. Do I think we become bullish tomorrow or more downtime? This really looks, if we just clean everything off, and sometimes you need to do that, we'll hide all and just look at the move. Like, sometimes you can just clear the noise and just see where we're going. Does this look like more of a bounce from this area back up, or does it look like we have more downside? It looks a little both ways. If we close under here, I see more downside. If we can hold above this level and above about 658, like if we run in the next 25 minutes to 658, we could start to turn bullish. But right now, this thing looks very bearish on a low time frame. Anytime you want the bigger picture, let's move up to a higher time frame, give us more information, and we can see bounce, 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 here, break, bounce. We could theoretically be bouncing again, but we still have some lower low here at a 653 in a psychological 650 area. So we just have to be mindful. Would I swing? There's really no need to swing. We can always take advantage of the trade tomorrow. There's probably some high theta up on the option chain for us to swing. So I really don't see the need. We just, because there's not a clear direction. We haven't had a strong close below. And we're not showing strong sentiment to the upside. Buyers don't look like they have the upper hand. So we just want to watch and see. So higher time frames, definitely let's go up on a daily. And I'll just bring this back just a little bit. So on that daily, there's that big bearish candle. This channel seems to be headed down, more downside. But again, we do have a level right here at 652, 653 that is showing that we could probably have some buyers come in. Now that's with all the indicators off. I'm gonna cut the indicators on, not my drawings. Again, we have buyers. We could have buyers coming here. Let me check the fair value gaps. Oh, there are gone. So I'm not seeing any more sentiment here. Oh, those are my levels. There we go. So see this fair value gap? Buyers are there. So when we break down here, we could see those buyers come back in, and that doesn't make me a strong contender for a push, but it does sway me a little bit more toward calls. The direction of this, though, we've been bullish, just ascending, ascending, ascending. Now this looks more descending, like we're headed down, and we do have that lower gap here that has not filled for 600, and that was created back in June. So you want to look at the higher time frame for your overall trading or sentiment, and then trade what you see. Again, I was very bullish coming into this week, and this has been bearish. So I can't just go, oh, I'm gonna still take calls and still take calls just because I'm bullish. I need to trade what I see on the chart. So a lot of people get that misconception of I have to be right and I have to take the trade and stay committed to it. Nobody's married in trading. You're married to the money, but you're not married to the trades. This is speed dating. If you're trading a lower time frame, it could be dating. If you're trading, doing more swing trades. But if you guys are following on, if anybody trades SPY, if you trade SPY, drop a 2 in the chat. If you're just investing, drop a 3. But if you're a day trader, let me know who's here and if you trade. But we're going to come down again. We're in power hour. Most last minute trades have been cut off. Well, you can still trade up to 245, but it will close that trade at 245 if you're in Robinhood. See, like I said, I'm bearish if we can come test this low. We could not hold above my alert level. So as that alert kept triggering, that let me know, yep, they got to close above here for calls. We triggered it and came back and tested it low. Easily could have made quite a bit of money because that was about a $2 move to the downside. So again, this is looking very bearish. Could take another plunge here. If I was to take a plunge, I mean, if you're testing the water, you need to get right in the money. Take a 654, 653 put. Don't go way out of the money here. And as I say that, I'm gonna add it to my watch list and take it as a paper trade, and let's see what we get. Also, if you're more of a more capital and you want to trade SPX for that move late in the day, I would probably go 65.50, 65.25. So let's put SPX on our, and those contracts are going to be expensive. I know if you go look at them, you're like, whoa, Chaz, like if I'm doing 65.50, that's like $700 a contract. Yes, it is. It's a little pricey to trade in this play, but that's why we're paper trading. If we go down to the 65.25, it's 130. much more affordable. But it does get you in the game. But if we get a harsh drop right here, those contracts are going to print money. Now, I'm taking $25 incrementals on SPX, but on SPY, we're going to get right on top of it. We're not going to go out far. It's just because XPX moves faster, gives you a little bit of more affordability to take the trade. On the paper trade with SPY, we're going to get 654 for our watch list. It's $98. And we'll look at 653. It's 58. We can see those sellers are strong right here. So if I was bullish, I'd need to see buyers come push through this fair value gap. So if they don't, I know we're going to continue down. So that's why I say this paper trade is going to print money. And you can just add it to your list. The six. Wow. Did I just add that? Yeah, I just added it. There are look at this drop. It's already up 41% on SPY, up 61%, 30. This thing is just running. Y'all seeing it drop live with the paper trades that I just called out. So 65.50 is already up $300, and we've only been in this trade or looking at the paper trade for like a minute and a half. It's already up 50% at 358. The 65.25 was 118. It's already up 100% to 132 with just this slight fall. This is why I like to come in and show you power out. If you work a 9 to 5, you couldn't trade none of it. You missed all of this. You could have got all this same return gain right here with this, with the volatility that's happening at the end of the day. And markets are moving and money is being made still in these final minutes. Just in those minutes, $300 was made off that $700 contract, 50%, and it's still falling. Now you're like, Chaz, okay, you got us in. We get out, but when do we get out? Well, we got to go back and go look to the left and go find where's that next support. Do we have one? This is looking like it's literally there. It is. There is our line. Boom. I got a level right there. Let's see that. We want to get out at about 65.44 if it starts to tag, but we can see that fair value gap shows us where the sellers are going to push through the previous buyers from back here in September. So now we got our level. Let me actually cut my drawings on. Boom. I didn't even have to mark it. It's already there on my chart. So I know what to trade because I know how to trade levels. I use the indicators for help, but price action is king. And this thing is still selling. This is on the 4-hour. We'll drop down to a 1-hour. You can still see it. And as you're day trading, you're scalping, you 5-minute. If you're scalping on the SPX, I say move to a 1-minute just so because those wicks can take out all of your moves. Like that wick up could have taken out your whole play. And we're actually down 33%. That was up 55. So SPX is just moving really fast. Drop to the 1-minute late in the day. If you're still trading SPY, you can move up to a 5-minute. So beautiful. If you guys can still hear me, drop a one in the chat. I just want to make sure I see people on, but I don't see any comments. So I want to make sure y'all can still hear me. Want to know if anybody took the play, if anybody added it to their paper trade or put it on their watch list so they could trade it with me on Robinhood. So this one we're moving again. So now SPY and SPX are gonna probably come and test this low. And watch that. Let's see if it hits the target. This is a lot of money being made just here. Great. Thank you guys for letting me know y'all can hear me again. I'm still practicing. Please bear with me with bringing the content to YouTube. But Alyssa Brown, thank you. Jason, thank you. Oh, no one. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for letting me know y'all can hear me. But yeah, these are moving. All 4 of those trades that I added to the watch list are up over 30%. And if you're new and you're trading, 30% is a great opportunity to get out. I start all my beginner traders, hey, we're dirty 30 and we're getting out the way. Take your 30% and get out the way. You don't have to stay in trades forever. Again, speed dating and watch that pop right back up. It's still profitable. These trades are still profitable, but it is moving. But that was a beautiful play. Like to watch that $700 trade go from 700 to like over 1,000, and it's still up $245 for 30%. So again, for most people, that's a good day's work made in like 4 minutes. Now you might be thinking, Chaz, is just turning green. Should we get a call now? I'm not really switching. What did I tell you guys? When we see that fair value gap, buyers have to push through that for me to change my course of action. I'm not just playing hopscotch, in calls, out calls, in calls, out calls, inputs, outputs. I'm seeing where buyers have to push through for calls. I'm pretty much done. Like, I'm bearish. I see where it should have been going. I saw the trade. I take my play and my money and I get out the way. I won't change my sentiment till I see more confirmation to the upside and then push above my indicator. So price action was looking bearish. Now I need to see if we're going to become bullish. We got a lot of green buyers coming in, but they got to push through the sellers. They could come strong, but they have to push through sellers. I'm not saying that the puts are still putting, but I wouldn't change. I take my profit on my puts. Still look for to see if we're going to hit my profit target area at the 53.43. Y'all are literally like watching $1 million worth of money. Like, again, think about if you had 10 contracts. We're almost there. And these contracts are back up 75%, 63%, 87. I think these are going to hit 100. That 690 contract is now up over $455. There it is. It's hit our target and it's still dropping lower. These are still running. I mean, you could have got these puts and made about a $500. 505 still dropping. SPY, what did we say on SPY? We gave the level on SPY. And we said the 654, 653 puts, those are printed. These have all printed good money. The 654 is now in profit. It's up 60%. The red indicator is the fair value gap. So if you're using TradingView, you just want to come to indicators and you want to type in fair value. And it's fair value gap by Lux Algo, and that's creating those order blocks on the chart. So you can see that pop on and off. Most people look at volume at the bottom right here, but that's not as significant to me. It's helpful, but I do like having this one as well as this one. But if I had to choose, I would go with the fair value because it's a little better for interpreting what I need for the chart to actually place the trade. Thank you for that question, Jason. If anybody else has questions, let me know. If you want to look at a different ticker, let me know as well. I've been bullish on SoFi. SoFi's down, but it's not down because SoFi is a bad company. It's down because the overall market is down. And that's a great distinction that you need to have when you're looking at companies in your portfolio and trading your portfolio. Is your portfolio red because the market's down, or is your portfolio red because you chose bad companies? That's what's the distinguishing. Do I sell my portfolio or do I get out? I highly recommend not selling if it's not bad. Also, you want to take a look at the VIX. If you're not familiar with the VIX, get very familiar with it. Anybody who's traded with me, they should know the VIX. So if you're familiar with the VIX, drop a 2 in the chat. If you are not familiar with the VIX, drop a 3. I was curious as to why the VIX spiked today, 27 today. Well, as the market sells, the VIX rises. This is the fear indicator. So as the market sells off, fear begins to rise. So this is the opportunity for buying or to go shopping. I usually set my alerts on the VIX for 17 and 18. That lets me know to start looking. Once we get to 20 and 25, that's when we start shopping. I can start buying shares of companies like Black Friday. And then if we 30 and above, we definitely load in the boat. We can buy. So when you start to get those spikes, that's when you should start to set your alerts to know when you should shop or when you should start adding to your portfolio. It's not the opportunity to sell, because most people sell at 30, and then when we get back to 17 and 18, the market starts to recover. And we see that it's just market cycle and structure. James Johnson, so you didn't know about the VIX? Please get familiar with the VIX. If you do nothing else, watch this video again. But the VIX is your fear indicator. It's under 17. We're cooking with grease. Market is running good. Everybody's happy. Go lucky. Once we start to hit 18 to 20, we usually are seeing the market trade down, or at least the S&P 500 trade down, and that's going to cause fear in the market. Markets kind of selling 25 to 30, 20 to 30, we're buying. 30 is your shopper. And this is when you're like 50% off sales. You'll see most of the stocks, like I've been buying SoFi since 13. Now the market's down. I think SoFi hit 31, 32. They're down to 24. It's on sale for me. Pretty, you knew about the VIX. Cool. So definitely start incorporating the VIX into your trading, or at least into your when you're looking at the overall market. I don't necessarily trade the VIX because the option chain is very thin, but I do know people who do. If I already knew that the market was going to sell, I could have instantly bought calls on the VIX, because I know the VIX is going to go up as SPY goes down. So you can trade the inverse of a lot of opportunities. Like if I go back up here on the 5 and I put these side by side, let's say you're scared of SPY. You say, I don't trade SPY. That thing's too much for me. You can come over and trade the VIX, or you can trade IWM, something that's a little bit more affordable, with not as much volatility. But you can see the move right here. So if we go to 10 a.m., both charts. So as SPY starts selling off after 10, what did the VIX start doing? Going up. So if you say, I don't like to trade puts, I don't understand puts, well, trade calls on the VIX. Trade the inverse. It's easy if your brain doesn't comprehend it. But you can see the direct the direct inverse effect of SPY's going down, VIX going up. So we got about 8 more minutes before the market closes again. Depending on what brokerage you have, you can late close your trades. And that could be good when you're trading options. They've kind of got hip to it. They know that people are kind of holding trades longer, just to get the effects of what earnings are happening, so they don't let those reports come out until about 15 minutes after. But again, I've made quite a bit. I think my portfolio is up about 30% today. But my rule of thumb, $100 a day, I keep a bill away. 200, I keep a job away. We might have to start upping that to about 3, just with inflation. Blossom and Bloom, did you trade today? Did anybody trade today? If you traded today, what percent gains did you get today, and what did you trade? Those puts are still putting. Let me switch this back to one screen, and we'll take it back to SPY. And we're on the 5 minutes. So you can see buyers come in just slightly under my lines. If you're wondering what my lines are and why I have so many colors, it's because this is my teaching chart. So I might switch out and put a lot of information on when I'm teaching and delete it and use different colors. It might be noise to some people. But if you look, the solid lines are actual lines of support and resistance. The broken lines are either an anticipated ATR move or a pre-market high, pre-market low situation. But my solid lines are actual support and resistance level lines. SLV silver, let's look at it. Yeah, silver. Ooh, some gnarly moves here too. So did you trade puts? So let's break down. Had I traded this today, what would I have done versus what Blossom and Bloom may have done? I don't know what she did, but I didn't trade this today. But if I was looking here, I wait for 9, again, getting in the same area as SPY, of course. We have a $1.33 ATR. So I would have probably been looking to see if silver had a 46.50 or maybe a 46 put. maybe a 45.50 put and traded that down. And then I would have put a dollar move from here, 46.50 to 45.50. Where's my 45.50? 50. Boom. Ooh, almost spot sweet on. That would have been my target. That's my dollar ATR, but I'm going to trade half of that. So I'd be going about 75 cents. So about here, 45, probably still 46. Because we had 46, yeah, 45.75 would have been my safety zone. But that's not half. That we be at about 60 cents. Yeah, 60 cent. So 45.80. I was like, there we go. Yeah, right there. 45.80, 60 cent, half of my ATR. So I would have traded a put if I could have got a 46.50 or 46. And I would have traded down to my target. We did get some consolidation in between here. Did not hit the low of the full ATR. You can see you got about 82%. Not bad. Once I started, once I probably started moving up, I could have taken a call, but the day has been bearish. There was an opportunity, larger opportunity for puts, short scalps to the upside, more puts, short scalps to the upside. Are making higher highs, so is a high, higher high, higher high. So gold, I'm sorry, silver may be wanting to push up, but right at this level of half of my ATR, this would need to close above here for me to take more calls, looking like more puts with a press down. 56%, James Johnson. What May 700, what did you trade? What did you trade, James? If anybody else, what did you trade? Let me see what I would do if I was trading that today. If you're enjoying this and this is QQQ, I missed it. I didn't move up. Sorry. Again, still getting used to this. So we got IWM and QQQ. Thank you for that, James. If this is helpful, please drop some sevens in the chat. If this is helpful watching, y'all enjoying this content, drop some sevens in the chat. Let me know y'all are with me and we're following along. IWM, same setup as SPY. Again, affordability. If you got an account over $1,000, trade SPX. If you account's a little bit smaller, trade QQQ. Smaller, go SPY. Smaller than SPY, IWM. I'm smaller than that, Apple, Bank of America. So I like to give people, they always look at the trades and go, oh, I need to put more money in my account. I got to chase this or trade further out the money because I can't afford it. No, trade a different ticker. Never go find cheap contract, get affordable contracts that are going to fit your budget. And that's the misconception that people have when they come to me. They start trying to trade big and they want to trade with what the big dogs are trading. They want to trade oh, okay, I did something. I don't even know how I did that. So we got some sevens. Oh, I can hit the button. All right, y'all are learning with me. I didn't even know I could like press this. So now here you go. Traded calls until 10:45. Then bought puts. James, that was a perfect setup for the Qs. Trading again, showing that you don't have to get married to a play. Once a play exhausts, I can change. It's not like I'm having a confusion in what direction anything going in or what my trading status is. I'm just changing the direction of what trade that I'm taking. I'm going with what the market is giving. So we had SLV. We got let's look at the Q. So he traded Qs to 10:45. Let's look at the Qs. And the Qs are going to be more tech heavy. I just started learning SPY heavier because that's what the person who retired themselves from my mentor, that's what she traded. So I just got in and started learning SPY and knowing its ways better than any other ticker. But yeah, 10:45, which is probably 9:45 central. So calls up to here and boom, puts after that. Yeah, perfect. And you can see Qs are still, we're breaking. You can see here, it's still pushing down. There's no reason to take a call right now unless we're just gambling for tomorrow, or we think there's going to be some recovery. But right now, this still looks bearish. If we go up on a higher time frame, excuse me. Again, those lower support areas. Here was support back here. and we've broken that level. You want to come back some more? There's the next one down here. So now when I come back, oh, where we tag that one too. Let's go up on a 4 hour. Let's get some higher time frames to see where those next level. Remember, I showed that yellow line on SPY and SPX. We might be breaking through it, but we got some buyers sitting back here, previous area, and right here in those gaps. So I'm still fairly bearish for tomorrow as well. Might not want to get bullish the next week. Oh, market's closed. I'm surprised we didn't hear, my bell didn't ring. Usually the bell goes off at 3 a.m. One of my Weeble must not be set up, but that's it. I hope this was helpful. Depending on like what the morning brings, if it gets we get active, and again, I'm not truly a morning person, but we could go live and trade the markets tomorrow. Take a look at the Qs, IWM, QQQ. I haven't traded SLV, but just looking at it, I like that setup. So I might take a look and put it on my watch list. 5% a day. I like that. 5% on a $1,000 account, $500 account, what size account? And you don't have to put your business out there. I'm just saying in general, like what would you do your 5%? Because if I'm getting 5% on $100 account, that's very small versus 1,000. But I love the 5% go. I think I'm gonna break down on the channel doing 8% on $100 account, so you're getting $8 a day and kind of compounding that for 60 days. Thank you, Blossom and Bloom. Again, I'm coming to you guys. I'm getting more used to being on YouTube and doing live over here. So keep a lookout. I plan to keep breaking down the charts. We can do the morning from about 8:30 and running until afternoon, and then probably pop back on doing power hour. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, more content to come as I grow the channel. I appreciate y'all working with me. Again, I'm still getting used to navigating using YouTube, using StreamYard, and I appreciate y'all letting me know because Blossom and Bloom, I would have kept talking, not knowing that nobody could hear me. So I appreciate that. Put strangle overnight. Okay. I don't do strangles and straddles or a lot of advanced trading, so that would be something new you could bring to me. Probably teach me. I'm just a straight shooter of calls and puts. But I do plan. I feel like I've mastered that, so I do plan to like either start more advanced trading or going over the futures or adding futures and forex as well. Thank you, Alyssa Brown. Thank you guys so much. So we'll end it here. I mean, the market's closed. I could go into after hours, but we only got a few minutes after hours. I don't think it's going to do too much. I'm very bearish, but we'll see how the market opens up. And again, you can see the post market still performing. So if you were still in puts holding them, you could late close those. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. Continue to drop questions and comments on the video. If there's something you want to look at in the morning, definitely drop it. I'll take a look and be prepared for the morning session. But yeah, we'll go live in the morning and then we'll come back for power hour. So hopefully, if you guys got time, I know a lot of people are 9 to 5ers. If you've got time, check in with me in the morning and we'll do another stock market checkup. I appreciate y'all support. Have a good one.